You're watching Falcon Update live on Messiah University's Yellow Breeches Television.
Good evening and welcome back to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm PJ Rydell.
And I'm Brian Schermeyer. Taking a look at the updated COVID dashboard, we're up to 40 confirmed student cases on campus, 18 of which have fully recovered. Only 8 faculty members have tested positive, with 5 of them fully recovered. Remember, if you do not feel well, stay in your room and contact the Angle Center. If you know somebody who has been quarantined and tested positive, you will be contacted by the Angle Center if you are deemed to be a close contact with them. Please stay safe, everybody.
The COVID-19 pandemic continues to be the most prevalent concern on campus. As a result, the Student Government Association hosted the COVID-19 Policy Forum. The event allowed administration a chance to provide more context and reasoning behind the COVID-related policies put in place for students and employees, and encouraged everyone to see the policies as a new way to worship.
On a daily basis, when we put on our mask, it's a form of worship. And Betsy alluded to the passage from Philippians 2, when Paul is writing to the church there, and he's telling them to have the same mind as Christ and to follow in the way of Christ. It's sacrificial.
Students were encouraged to submit their questions to the panel of employees, student leaders, and medical professionals, who were able to address rumors and misinformation among students, as well as offering multiple unique perspectives on the university's policies. Messiah hopes that the event gave students and employees a better understanding of how Messiah is handling the COVID-19 pandemic.
Messiah is now officially in Phase 2 this semester. But what does that mean for students? We go to Josh McLeaf for more information.
Messiah University recently moved into Phase 2 of their COVID-19 protocols, opening up visitation amongst residence halls. However, there are some noticeable changes this semester.
The fall semester featured Messiah transitioning into a modified Phase 1, in which residential students were allowed to go mask-free on their respective floors. However, this semester, the modified Phase 1 was completely bypassed. Instead, the decision was made to move straight into Phase 2, which opens up visitation among residence halls on Fridays from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m., Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., and Sundays 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. We turn to Whitmer Residence Director Kayla Miller to learn more about the rationale behind the decision to bypass a modified Phase 1 and transition directly into Phase 2.
And I think the biggest reason for that is we are trying to limit the number of close contacts as possible. We're trying to keep that number way down by still requiring distancing and masks. And I think specifically for this semester, one of the things that we're noticing, nationwide and globally, is the strains that are more contagious.
Additionally, visitors from other floors and residence halls now have the opportunity to enter into other students' rooms, as long as all the proper COVID-19 mitigation protocols are being followed.
The timing is very unique, and I think, unfortunately, the cold weather doesn't allow us to connect outside as we would as much as we'd like, and even we could give students something that would make them excited to be with their friends, make them excited to visit each other, while also making sure we're sticking to what our hopes and goals are for distancing and not creating close contacts.
Nonetheless, opening up visitation has had a positive impact on student life, as residents now have the opportunity for some much-needed social interaction. Reporting for YBTV, I'm Josh McLeaf.
Upon initial internal demolition on the Hoffman building, the construction team discovered asbestos-containing materials and halted the progress until they replant. Permits were expected to have been obtained by today, March 1st, so that asbestos abatement can begin. The plan is for the abatement to be completed by March 18th. April 1st is when the actual demolition of the building will commence. This schedule remains fluid based upon bad weather and other unforeseen circumstances. Check back next week for new updates on construction around campus.
Whether you have enjoyed a flatbread at the Falcon or not, the cafe is certainly a staple on campus. We go to Paul Callender for more information on this popular place for students.
Messiah University is a campus on the move. Students looking to grab a quick meal should look no further than the Falcon Cafe. With fast prep times, an exclusive lunch menu, and a vast variety of grab-and-go assortments, there's no wonder the Falcon is the dining hotspot it is. Students can mobile order and take their food wherever they need to.
I would just say dining at the Falcon is like top tier. It's fully customizable. Our customers can come up and ask questions about like the ingredients in our sauces, or can they add or take out something. We're more than happy to.
The Falcon continues to hold its own against the Union Cafe and Lottie Nelson Dining Hall, but it's been fighting with one hand behind its back this entire time. Unlike other dining locations, the Falcon is only open for business on Monday to Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
I think with the options that we serve here and the variety and everything too, and the grab-and-go stuff that's easier to come in and grab quick, going between classes and everything, and with us being here in the campus center, everything, it's easier to go with the next class, grab and go. Like if you want to grab a grab-and-go item or a quick lunch and everything. If anyone has any suggestions, you can always email me. If you want to see different specials or anything, I'm willing to try anything. We've done a lot of specials. We try to do a special each week, different item or different type of flatbread, from a coffee item or a breakfast item.
Despite its unique hours, the equally unique menu makes the Falcon Cafe a prime destination for students to dine. For YBTV, I'm Paul Callender.
Thanks, Paul. We'll have more Falcon Update after the break. Stay tuned.
My name is Nathan Sims. I'm a junior at Messiah, and I'm a double major in both film and media arts and Spanish. I grew up making films as a kid. I saw that Messiah had a film program, and so when I visited, I just thought this is the perfect fit. Both the theory and practical considerations here have really increased my skill set, not just in a technical sense, but also from a theoretical perspective as well. I think the biggest piece that I'll add to my portfolio before I graduate is the final film for the junior and senior film project. That'll probably be my crowning achievement because I'm working with so many other artists and other film majors, and it's just been a really great opportunity so far. I think I'm most excited to use skills I've learned in documentary class. I have to make ethical decisions in every step of the process to really come up with a strong and truthful way to tell someone else's story. I think my professors have done a really great job of being strong examples for what combining your faith and your ethics with an art form like film, what that looks like. And so the interactions have almost always been positive because they're really invested in what their students are learning. One of my most valuable experiences was my internship, where I was able to actually apply what I learned in the classroom to the real world, and I think that's a completely invaluable experience. Personally, I did my internship with the Department of Natural Resources in Maryland. One of my favorite experiences at Messiah so far has actually been the Splice Film Festival, which allows students to submit their own personal work, and being able to share the art that I created as well as my fellow classmates was absolutely beautiful. I think the market right now is very open for film and media arts majors. There's a lot of different ways that you can plug in, both at nonprofits, at regular organizations. I worked in the government, and so I think there are absolutely a lot of opportunities.
You're watching YBTV.
Welcome back to Falcon Update live on YBTV.
Sports definitely look a little different this semester, but the men's and women's basketball teams are making the most of it. We go back to Josh McLeaf for an inside look on the season.
I'm Josh McLeaf reporting for YBTV outside of Messiah University's Hitchcock Arena. Unlike many of the sports programs in the falls, the Messiah's men and women's basketball team have had the unique opportunity of playing against other schools in person.
Last week, both teams faced off against Alvernia University in both home and away games. The women's team walked away with a home victory, finishing with a score of 78-52. Meanwhile, the men's team ended their home game in defeat with a final score of 57-78. However, the coaches of both teams still have a positive outlook for the rest of the season.
We are a pretty good team. We got, COVID stopped us in the Sweet 16 last year, and I'm really proud of the kids. We're kind of starting off where we left off. And, I don't know. You just don't know what you're going to get. You don't even know if you're going to play the next day.
Well, we're going to hope to do better, a lot better, and just continue to grow as a group. Like I said, it's a young group. We've had some adversity with quarantining and not having our whole team together. Hit us right before the game started this year.
Still, competing in the days of COVID-19 comes with some notable changes for the players. We turn to women's team member Jay Davis and men's team member Jack Ramsey to find out what it's like out on the court.
Yeah, it's definitely different without fans here. The noise is like a big plus. We love seeing students and parents and the fans. So we just have to make sure we're talking. We can hear everything now, which is a plus. But we just want to make sure we're communicating more.
Oh, you just got to be cautious, and just follow directions and make sure you're wearing the mask on the sideline. But we all being tested 3 times a week and, just be safe.
Of course, the season is still far from over as both teams prepare to face Whittier University this week. Getting to play in person amidst the days of the pandemic has been a blessing for both coaches and players. Reporting for YBTV, I'm Josh McLeaf.
Thank you, Josh. It was an exciting afternoon of wrestling in Hitchcock Arena on Saturday as the Falcons came from behind to ruin the Avery University Cougars' 10-0 record with a 24-21 win. Messiah fell behind 12-0 in the first 3 matches, but would even the score with back-to-back first-period pins by Garrett Cornell and Nick Barnhart in the next 2 matches. Later in the match, Messiah would win 3 straight matches, including a pin by Brian Schermeyer that would prove to be just enough to take down the undefeated Cougars. Being the final home match of the season, Messiah honored their seniors before the match, and many of them delivered on the mat. Seniors Dan Swar, Brian Schermeyer, and David Stevens all secured wins in the match, contributing to a 24-21 victory. Seniors Nick Nunez and Max Martin also won their exhibition matches, including a crucial pin by Nunez in the match's dying seconds. Messiah has now won 4 straight contests to improve to 5-3 on the 2021 season, and has one more regular season match against Alvernia University next Saturday.
Men's volleyball opened their season by way of a home match against Misericordia on Wednesday. We start at the beginning of the match with senior Matt Nabb serving. The Cougars able to return it, but Mason Nisley gets the big kill for the first point of the season. Now the Falcons lead late in the set. The Cougars serve. Big dig by Owen Hanselman and the kill by Nate Bowman. Towards the end of the second now, Hanselman with the diving dig to keep it alive. Cougars able to return it, and Hanselman with another huge dig here for the Falcons. He would end the night with 6. Third and final set, Matt Nabb with the set to Luke Olson, who gets the kill to put the Falcons on the brink of their 3-0 sweep. The Falcons would be back in action on Saturday in a doubleheader at Arcadia.
We'll have more Falcon update after the break. Don't go anywhere.
So people ask me what kind of companies hire electrical and computer engineers. Basically, if you plug it in or it has a battery in it, electrical engineers were involved. Every Messiah engineering student is guaranteed an internship with an on-campus organization called the Collaboratory. The Collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth or help disadvantaged people around the world. One of our more successful projects is a project that involves facilitating use of limited electric power called EMMS.
So I am the student project manager of the MMS team, and so what that means is that I head up a team of students and industry volunteers who are developing a system that makes it possible for schools and medical clinics to be able to efficiently share their limited solar power resources. Just the faculty and the way that they interact with the students to help them grow is such a powerful thing.
C77 is now officially rebranded as Yellow Breeches TV.
You're watching Falcon Update live on Messiah University's Yellow Breeches Television.
I'm JC Seltzer with this week's campus calendar. While there are limitations on the events happening on campus, there are still plenty of opportunities to get involved in person and virtually in the upcoming week. The Career and Professional Development Center is hosting a virtual career fair on March 3rd from 1 to 4 p.m. You can register by clicking on the link provided in the mass email. Once you register online, you can sign up for group sessions or one-on-one sessions with employers. If you have any questions, you can contact Dwayne Kiefer at dkiefer@messiah.edu. The Center for the Public Humanities invites you to the 2021 Virtual Humanities Symposium, taking place throughout this week. This year's theme is A Conversation on Freedom. The week will be full of speakers, panel discussions, virtual exhibits, and plenty of conversation about freedom. You can find the complete schedule in the mass email, as well as a link to register. All virtual events are free and open to the public. Messiah Athletics is proud to announce a Fans in the Stands initiative. While student athletes could not be happier to be back in action, there is still the missing element of a live crowd. You can support Messiah Athletics and your favorite athletes by having your face, or dog, cat, friends, etc., join the crowd in Hitchcock Arena. Cutouts are $50 each, and you can send in your desired headshot to Matt Fenton at mfenton@messiah.edu. Check out every home indoor athletic contest in Hitchcock Arena for a chance to see your cutout in the crowd. The Career Professional Development Center is hosting a webinar with Dr. Michael Howell, Chief Science Officer at Durham Tech, on March 5th from 3 to 4 p.m. With more than 20 years of experience in research and development, the webinar is a chance to learn more about his career and receive advice for any student interested in the fields of science or medicine. You can find the link to register on the recent mass email sent out. Interested in rec sports? Registration for the Spring Softball League is now open. You can sign up on IM Leagues between now and March 5th. The 5-week season officially begins on March 15th. Check out the recent mass email for details on rules, rosters, and more. The Increased Theology Club is hosting a talk about the history we read about in the Old Testament with speaker Rob Sullivan. Sullivan is the president of the board for the Associates of Biblical Research. The talk will take place on March 2nd at 6 p.m. in both Hostetler Chapel and on Zoom with a Q&A session afterwards. The Zoom link can be found on the recent mass email sent out. The Department of Theater and Dance is proud to present their show, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, as performed by T.J. Barker's troupe of theatricals, starting March 4th at 7 p.m. The show must go on for Professor T.J. Barker and his traveling group of theatricals as they rally together to save their production and prove that with ingenuity and willpower, anything can happen. The show is a free online ticketed event presented by Livestream. Livestream access and tickets are available at www.messiah.edu/tickets. For more events happening on campus, check out the recent This Week at Messiah mass email. There are lots of opportunities to get involved and stay busy. That is all for this week's campus calendar. I'm JC Seltzer.
Hello and welcome back to Falcon Features, the segment in which we feature the hard work and accomplishments of Messiah students and employees. As always, I'm your host, Paul Callender. Not everyone can say they published a book in their lifetime, but fortunately for Dr. Jan Dornberg, she can count herself with a lucky few to do so. Her book helps missionaries understand the language learning process, which is an important element of any missions field outside of one's own native tongue. Readers will find advice for both the teacher and the learner in this book. Language Learning Ministry, Preparing for Cross-Cultural Language Acquisition, can be purchased online from any major bookstore. Now, while Dr. Dorn may be good with a pen, these next few Falcons find their inspiration from a camera. The winners of last semester's fall photo contest are here, and the categories go as follows. For Beauty in the Built Environment, Kara Jung takes the prize with a stunning photo of a building window. Melissa Farnsworth wins Beauty in Nature with this elegant shot of a sunset. Amber Fogelsanger gets up close and personal with a tree for Earthkeeping in Practice. And Leanne Tan creatively captures the wildlife category with this close-up of a caterpillar. These photos will be on display in the atrium of the Jordan Science Center, so make sure to pay them a visit between now and the end of March. And that brings us to wrap for this edition of Falcon Features. So do you guys know any fine Falcons who ought to give recognition to? Leave us a message on our social media pages. And once again, I'm Paul Callender, and this has been Falcon Features.
Thanks, Paul. We're back with another Falcon on the Street, the segment where we go around and ask Messiah students around campus a random question. Let's go to Josh McLeaf for this week's question.
This week on Falcon on the Street, we're asking students what their most interesting hobbies are.
My most interesting hobby is I play the accordion.
My favorite hobby recently has definitely been just playing Mario Kart. Me and my roommate play all the time now.
I have a lot of hobbies. I like Rubik's Cubes. I have like 12 or so different types of Rubik's Cubes.
My hobby is playing soccer.
I'm currently reading like at least 10 different books at the same time.
I've been playing lacrosse since I was in first grade.
I like naps. I take almost a nap every single day. That's a great hobby.
My favorite hobby is I like watching movies and I also critique them online.
I like computers. I built my own computer. I helped two other people build their own computers as well.
My favorite hobby that I've picked up this year is juggling.
One of my favorite hobbies is playing chess on my phone. I was logged in for 31 days straight today.
And I'm designing my own neural network right now, currently as a hobby. And those are probably the main ones.
My weirdest hobby is singing opera.
We had some great and really interesting answers this week, so thanks to everyone who participated. Reporting for YBTV, I'm Josh McLeaf.
Thanks, Josh. After the break, we'll have Emily Rush, the Assistant Student Director of the Pulse, with us to talk about the Falcon Fantastic competition. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
My name is Macy Thornton. I'm a senior and I'm a public relations major. I was initially drawn to the public relations major because I've always been great with people and the skills are very transferable. One thing that's definitely unique to Messiah is that they teach from a Christian perspective, and I've been able to use that in internships and those types of opportunities. The professors are great, they're very approachable, and they genuinely want to see you succeed. I'm involved in athletics in that I'm on the Messiah women's basketball team, and it's been one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I'm in a class called Senior PR Campaign, and we're working for an actual nonprofit organization off campus, so we're helping them with some PR-related things, and it's just really great to actually put theory into practice and to feel like you're making a difference even though you're still in school. And I also had the opportunity to do an internship with a minor league baseball team. PR practitioners have to conduct themselves ethically. They have to have integrity. They have to be honest and transparent with the people they work with. So ethics is a big part of public relations. I believe Christian PR practitioners are called to hold themselves to a higher standard because of their beliefs, and that should show in their professional life. I feel very prepared with regard to the experiences I've had, the internship opportunities I've had, and the knowledge I have that the PR major has given me and the skills I've attained through it.
You're watching YBTV.
Welcome back to Falcon Update live on YBTV. I am joined by Emily Rush, the Assistant Student Director of the Pulse. How are you this evening?
Good, thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
That's great. What kind of work do you do on any given day?
As the Assistant Director of the Pulse, I do everything from basic administrative tasks like filling out emails and forms and ordering new supplies for the office, and then also I have the absolute joy to be a part of assembling a new team, because right now we're going through a hiring season, and also working alongside the managers of each of our departments. So I dabble a little bit with the yearbook team and the AV team, and I just pitch out wherever I'm needed. It's a great job and I love it.
I'm sure it is. So I noticed last week that an email went out about something called Falcon Fantastic. Can you give us a little information as to what that is?
The Falcon Fantastic is the brainchild of JP Edmonds and maybe myself as well. We are looking for just something exciting to happen on campus, and this is our first year of trying it. It's basically a game show that's a combination of Minute to Win It and the English game show Taskmaster. and it's really fun, and hopefully people show up to watch it and participate in it.
All right, so who exactly is hosting the entire Falcon Fantastic event?
That's a great question, and I don't know. I'd love to say me, but I can't say that for sure. Right now, we have a few submissions, and once that ball really gets rolling, we'll have a better idea of maybe a faculty member or a student who would like to get involved. It's a great way to catapult yourself to stardom on campus if that's something you're interested in.
It really is, yeah. So why is the show being held in the first place? What exactly is the end goal of this entire show?
The end goal, well, as we know, spring break was taken away this year, which is really unfortunate. But in its place, the Messiah has instituted a fun, little staycation weekend. And we wanted a way to keep people on campus, keep students on campus, so that they wouldn't be out getting COVID and stuff like that, which is a real bummer. But we have over a dozen amazing events that you can attend and be involved in. And Falcon Fantastic just happens to be one of those amazing events that the school is putting on.
So what kind of prizes should people expect by entering Falcon Fantastic? I know that was shared a little bit in the email, but are you able to say a little bit more?
Yes, I can finally reveal what our grand prize is. Our grand prize is a brand new MacBook Air that is going for the grand prize winner, and also the one who takes home the title as the Falcon Fantastic. The second prize is a year-long streaming service subscription to any platform of your choice. The third place prize is a $50 gift card to Amazon, and depending on how many people apply, there are also some other mystery prizes that you can win as well.
That's a much bigger prize than I was expecting. That's certainly some incentive to actually get out there and.
I was shocked when they told me. I was like, oh, I want to enter.
Yeah, right.
I can't.
So where can people find out more about Falcon Fantastic?
You can find out more about the Falcon Fantastic in the mass email that was sent out last week, but also by going to the SGA or Pulse Instagrams, where there's a lot of posts and information that has been shared through that. Right now we're taking submissions through TikTok, but you could also email me at er1307@messiah.edu with your submission video.
Okay. So I know that the third round of things will be a live show. So when and where will that be held?
The live show is set to take place the evening of March 13th in Brubaker. I'm pretty sure. Yes, in Brubaker. Hopefully we've got a lot of people who show up who want to watch their friends compete and win some, obviously, like I said, amazing prizes. The live show it's a combination of pre-recorded tasks that our competitors will have to participate in, and live tasks that they will be doing right on stage, right in front of your eyes. So it's a really interactive and really fun event.
So what made you want to help out with Falcon Fantastic in the first place?
Well, I am a digital media major, and one of my concentrations is film, and I have just a real heart for just integrating film into the daily life of campus students. And I've had the idea of hosting a game show, either through YBTV, of course, or just separately, just as a way to get students involved. And it's a unique thing that you don't see at a lot of smaller schools, and not in a lot of larger state schools either. So I thought it would be a great way to not only incentivize prospective students to come here, because this is something fun and interesting that they can get involved in, but it's also something that you can do with your friends on the weekend and look forward to every month.
I think something like this is always a fantastic idea to do. But how big of a turnout did the first round even receive?
Unfortunately, at this moment, we have only had 2 submissions. We are way below our goal. We thought that we would have at least a dozen submissions at this point. Originally, there was supposed to be 3 rounds in the competition, but with a low entrant turnout, there might only be 2, the first round and the live show.
So that's always sad to hear that, people don't really read their emails a whole lot if that's the only way you put things out there. But I'm sure with this being out there, hopefully a few more people will give in some submissions, and it'll be a bigger turnout. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. A big thank you to Emily Rush for coming on the show, for PJ Rydell and Brian Schermeyer, and our other fantastic reporters. I'm Chris Blakeman. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here next week.
You're watching Falcon Update on YBTV.